So this is a GoPro 101 with the GoPro that we have for the school district. And I'm going to walk through what I know about this, and all of you can chime in as we go along, because, show of hands, how many of you have one of these of some sort? 1, 2, 3, 4, McCrae, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so a few of you have these devices already. The basics of getting in this thing, so if we need to change a battery out or put a card in or connect to it, this releasing lever goes this direction, pops up, and this is an over center lock. That's how that thing works, like when you lock out your elbow over center. So the over center lock releases, back comes open, camera comes out. So from this point on, we can run the camera like this, or through the case we can run the main buttons, which is power button in the front, record, and then the Bluetooth connection over here for controlling it remote. So let's turn it on. We got to hold the button for 3 seconds in order to turn it on, and take a look at the settings at the start. The main things to note here would be the camera setting on the top, which is the medium lens focus. So normally GoPro's noted for being a really wide or extreme wide angle, the fisheye effect. And in this case, we actually have it set on a medium angle, which is more of a neutral or normal angle. The next thing down, 1080/30, that would be the resolution of 1920 by 1080 or HD, and 30 is 30 frames per second. 26 is how many clips we have stored. 30.17 means that's how much content we have left, or how much we've recorded. Is that space that we have remaining?
I think so.
I think it is too. Well, let's just see. Let's start recording here.
What's it?
Catching up a little bit, having a hard time. So we're counting down on the bottom left-hand corner, 28, 47, 46, which means that's what we have left to record. We've got about 28 minutes of recording space on there. So I'll stop recording. So recording is as simple as that. The red light blinks when we are recording. That's our indication. Our lens looks like it is clean right now. So I always notice that on the camera lens, and then also on the housing. We want to check both the front and the back, and it's decently clean. You can see it's got a general smudge over it. Scratches in the lens or the housing usually won't affect picture quality, but smudges definitely will. Battery life is good at 100%. So our ports here, the other things we have to note. HDMI to plug in if we wanted to, let's go this way. If we wanted to display this or watch it back on a large screen, we can plug in HDMI. I don't even have one of those cords. Maybe in the case here I do. The USB would be connecting to a computer or device to import, and then our micro SD card. We'll get that in a second. I'm going to turn it off first. So before we go through mode functions, hold the button 3 seconds, it shuts down. Let's go back here. Depress the micro SD and it will spring load pop out. This is a 16 gigabyte, and we do have a converter in here inside the case that goes from micro SD to SD. So you insert one in the other, and then you can plug this into your computer and import the content directly. Probably the fastest way I would recommend it, but if you can't find one of these converters, let me make sure I get this back in there correctly. So there's a tab here. It only goes in one way. There we go, we're good. If you don't have that converter, you can just plug in a USB cord and import that way. All right, back to, battery, that would be the last thing. So we push this to the left. This is our lockout. There's supposed to be a little tab sticking out here that helps. Sometimes you have to just knock it like that in order to get the back to come off. Oh, there's the tab. Paper tab right here on the battery. Pull the battery out like this. Notice the teeth right here. Connect to those teeth in the top. We have 2 batteries for ours. The second one, it has to be plugged in order to charge the battery. So you charge the battery through the device. Not ideal. That is the reality though. How many of you have, do any of you have an external battery charger? You do? Big time. And then this backing case here goes on with the lettering up. I guess is the easiest way to describe it, and snaps back into place. Okay. Let's go through some menu settings here. Actually, I'm going to call that good on video 1. So this would be the physicals and how to turn it off and on and start recording. Stop that there.